Hello, everyone, and good morning. It's morning for me. It might be afternoon or evening for you, but hello and welcome. I am so glad you're joining me for our weekly style snack. Um, Today, I want to talk to you about how you're doing. How are you? I think about you all the time, all of you particularly. I think about you all the time, and I wonder how you're doing, and I wonder if you're okay and if you're safe, if you're healthy. And I think about even more about how you're feeling, because we're all dealing with a new normal right now, and that means different things for all of us. For all of us, it means a shift in lifestyle in one way or another. Whether you are now homeschooling your kids or your grandkids, or if your job is now working from home, or you may have gotten laid off from your job, or you might have already been a stay-at-home woman, but your life was outside the house and you were used to going out of the house to socialize, to do everything. This is a change for almost everybody. And a sudden change like that can really rock your world. And there's not a lot. We've talked already about some really great ways to thrive during the social distancing. I've experienced it twice, and I shared my tips, and you can see that video after if you missed it. I did post it on my website yesterday, so if you're on my email list, you got that email. But there is something that I can help you with, that I want to share some tips for, and that is dressing for a new normal. Because when your world changes like this, the sudden change of lifestyle, when you knew what to wear, you knew what you liked, and now suddenly you don't. And that's just one more stress that you don't need right now. So I'm here to share some tips of how to dress for your new normal. And I've said this the last couple of times. We're using a new app to stream so that I can get better recordings of this, and so that you get a better quality video when I use this. So there's a button that you can click, and that way I can see who you are. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. But I'd love to know who I'm talking to, because this is our weekly style snack where we connect, and that's important, especially now that we're connecting. And I'd like to know who I'm talking to and who's talking to me. It's just so if there's a button there that you can click so that I can see who you are, or you can just sign it and say, "Love Jessica," and then I'll be like, "Hey, Jessica." Okay, so the first thing I want to address is, I know some of you are thinking, why bother? Why am I not getting dressed? And we've talked about this before. This is a topic I talk about all the time, because I feel so strongly about the benefits of getting up and getting dressed every day. Even when I was quarantined at home for 6 months with newborn premature triplets, I got up and I got dressed every day because it made me feel better. It made me more productive. It made me more motivated. I felt some control over my circumstances and my life. It makes me, I feel pretty. I feel better. I do it for myself. This is for me. And it makes such a difference in my day. And I hear it from so many of you that you have noticed a difference too. You started getting up and getting dressed, and you've noticed an improvement in all these things that I've mentioned, and then your own things. But really right now it seems even more important, because one of the side effects of this social distancing that I don't think is getting much attention is it can lead to depression. I've suffered from serious depression in the past, so I speak from experience. Getting up and getting dressed every day helps. Does it cure depression? No, it does not. But it makes it less bad. Not getting dressed makes it worse. Getting dressed makes it less bad. And right now, taking these steps to keep moving forward with your life, establishing a new normal, creating a routine, creating structure and purpose in your days and connection, like we're doing right now, connecting, that can help stave off a depressive spiral. So I hope you're not experiencing that right now. If you are, please reach out to someone, anyone, and get up and get dressed. And if you're not experiencing that, I'm thrilled for you, and I don't want you to experience it. Get up and get dressed. It's a step that you can take in controlling your circumstances, in making yourself feel better, and it will make you more productive, more energetic, more motivated. And those things, it's the first step in getting your day going, and that will potentially help prevent depression. So that's something I worry about for all of you. So first, we have to establish that there is a purpose to it. There is a reason for it. And even if you were already someone who stayed at home with your kids or for whatever reason, and it wasn't your habit before, I encourage you strongly to make it your habit now, because of the way things have changed. It feels even more important. So the next tip is to lose the all or nothing mentality of getting dressed. This self-isolation is having different effects on our days. For some of us, it is making our days even busier, more hectic, and jam-packed. You might be homeschooling your kids or your grandkids now, or caring for your grandkids while their parents have to go work in the front lines of all this. You might be helping them with schoolwork, preparing more meals in the day for more people than you're used to, cleaning up extra messes, breaking up fights. Let's be honest, our kids are sometimes trying to kill each other. And maybe now you're working from home, and that comes with a lot of extra work too. You've got to get that whole work from home situation set up. You might have more meetings trying to figure out how everyone's going to work from home. You have tech that has to get set up, rearranging everything about how you do your job, and now doing it from home. That's no small task. And others are finding themselves with more time on their hands than they're used to, because what they did outside of the home can't be moved into the home. And so there's this kind of opposite extreme of what we're experiencing, but more than ever, getting dressed every day will have a positive effect on your day and how you feel. And if you're even more pressed for time than before, I want you to remember that you don't have to do everything in your get ready routine. It's really easy to get stuck in this all or nothing mentality of getting up and getting dressed. If I cannot do my entire get ready routine, then I will do none of it. And I'm a very all or nothing kind of person, and I get stuck in that mentality. But any part of your get ready routine makes an impact. And you have tiers of clothing in your closet, right? Everything from painting and yard work to attending a wedding and everything in between. And the same is true for your get ready routine. It doesn't have to be your walk down the red carpet look. Anything that you do to get ready for the day makes a difference. And it's easy to think, but if I can't do the whole thing, there's no point in doing any of it. And that's just not true. Getting dressed is the easiest and fastest part of it. It's the part I do first. It makes the biggest impact. I mean, I'm ready from here down now, and it gets my whole day moving. Everything else is frosting. Getting clothes on my body triggers me to think, well, I can brush my hair really fast too. A little dry shampoo and a brush is a huge improvement over how I looked when I woke up, right? And then I have my really fast, and I can do this. This is 7 minutes makeup, but I have a 3-minute makeup routine too. That's just eyebrows, mascara, and lips. That frames my face, and you can see me now. So I get ready in 20 minutes, and I created a video to show you exactly how I do that, and a free printable cheat sheet with my exact routine and my top tips to get ready in 20 minutes. And I'll share that link here at the end. So, and I've heard from so many of you that this has made such a difference. And I got a message yesterday from Melissa, and she said, I need to tell you how much of a difference your getting ready in the morning philosophy and your easy steps have made a difference to me. It seems basic, but it really wasn't for me. One of the biggest things is getting dressed and ready before leaving my bedroom. Huge. I didn't do that before, and I would always get sucked into so many things, and then hours later still not be ready and feel like a slug. It's been a real game changer in the days I've been practicing it. I mean, that just made my day. I get messages like that all the time, and that is why I continue to share how important it is to me, because it has made a difference for many of you as well. So the next tip is to figure out what your new lifestyle calls for. What is your new lifestyle? And I'd say for most of us, we've moved into a casual lifestyle. If you had a dressy lifestyle, if that was the wardrobe that you required at your previous job, and now you're working from home and you're having video calls like this, and you still have to be dressy, well, you can do that from the waist up. Unless you're getting up and walking around and parading, maybe you can skip the pencil skirt and stick with jeans if that's more comfortable for you. Excuse me. But for a lot of us, there are more requirements during our day that dressy clothes aren't appropriate for. If you do have kids at home now, if you're doing more cooking and more cleaning, if you're taking care of your pets all day long, taking them out for walks, you know, brushing out your dog. My dog comes in, she's got burrs all on her. We have a big yard, and she finds these burrs and they're just stuck in her fur, and we got to pick them out and brush her out when she gets wet. And, you know, there's just more mess. She's dirty. She jumps on me. She doesn't jump on me. We've trained her not to do that, but she comes up against me. Her fur is all like not the cleanest. So even if you're still working from home, there are likely your lifestyle in between working is still a lot more casual. So what kind of clothes do you need for that new normal? Is it still pencil skirts and heels and trousers and suits? Or even if you didn't work in a very professional environment, but you still wore your nicer stuff, right? Your nicer stuff. Like if it's cold enough for cashmere at your house still, should you be wearing cashmere at home now, or is it going to get ruined? So what do you actually need from your clothes? I'll tell you what I need. I need, number one, it has to be machine washable. No dry clean only clothes. And it has to wash well. I need things to be stretchy. I need them to be comfortable. And I need to be able to sit down with my kids in the floor and play a game while we take a break. I need to be able to squat down and look under the couch for a missing shoe before I send them outside to play this afternoon. And I need to be able to, you know, make more meals and do more dishes and getting more clothes dirty. You know, there's just more. I need more from my clothes in the functionality department. And that doesn't mean that I have to wear scrubby clothes every day. I don't wear scrubby clothes unless I'm doing something scrubby, like cleaning out the storage room or painting my house or gardening. But today I'm wearing a dress. I'll show you. And my boot. But it's stretchy. It's knit. It feels like a nightgown. It's comfortable. I can do anything that today calls for in this dress. So I look very dressed up. And if I were, I do work from home, obviously, but if I were coming from a business place where I had to dress up and I still have to dress up while I work from home for these kinds of meetings, I totally wear this. I wear this to work, but I can also wear it at home. So what are the activities that you're doing now that you didn't normally do Monday through Friday? And what kind of clothes do you need for that? Next, evaluate what you have, AKA shop your closet. Something else we talk about all the time. Evaluate what you have in your closet already that works with this new lifestyle. And there will be overlap of pieces from your nicer clothes and dressier clothes to your casual clothes. And I happen to love combining casual and dressy clothes. That's my favorite look for myself. That's when I'm happiest. And I am a work from home, stay at home mom, even before now. And I was home a lot, but like I said, everything is machine washable, stretchy, and comfortable, just like this dress. My button-ups, sweaters, and blouses work with my casual and messy lifestyle because they're machine washable. They're not delicate. They're not going to get snagged easily, ruin easily. And if something gets on them, which something will, I can just wash them. I usually pair those items with jeans. That's just my go-to bottom half of choice, 3 seasons a year. And I make my choices based on the activities of the day. So if today we were going to be working out in the garden, I would not wear this dress. Or if today we were going to be doing a lot of cleaning, even if it wasn't super messy cleaning, I probably wouldn't wear this dress. I would wear a t-shirt that I feel good in, but not one of my favorite t-shirts or blouses. You understand? If it's a normal day like today where I'm helping kids with schoolwork, you know, we're making 3 meals a day, cleaning up, normal daily cleaning and cooking, I wear stuff like this because I can move. I'm comfortable in it. The next tip is to work with what you have. Now, I totally get craving retail therapy, especially when you're stressed or you're upset or if you're bored or you're just looking for something fun to do. And if you have the time to hunt down some new things online, go for it. But don't feel like you have to. If this isn't the time, if you don't have time, then work with what you have. Make a capsule wardrobe with what you've already got, and don't feel like you have to go buy new things. You probably have some things in your closet already that you can work with. Next, pull it all together. Go through your closet and find everything you have that works with your new lifestyle, what you need from your clothes right now, and pull them all out where you can see them and put them in the front of your closet. They need to be together so you can see what you have. And it's so much easier to get dressed and put together outfits when it's right there together. And now you have a capsule wardrobe for your new lifestyle. And while it may not be as intentional and cohesive as you would like if you were doing it on purpose, it's a great starting point. And it allows you to see what you have and if there's anything missing. And then if you do decide you need some things, at least you know what you've already got. And you're not ordering things and then you're like, oh, I actually have 3 of those. I have done that. So that's why I can say that I've done that. I speak from experience. And you'll be surprised at how many outfits you can create when you have a limited wardrobe like that. And it really gets your creativity going, and it can be fun, actually. Which brings me to my last tip, which is have fun and experiment with your new getting ready, whether it's with your outfits or your makeup or your hair. But if you have the time, this is a great time to experiment because you're just getting dressed for yourself, right? Which you're just getting dressed for yourself every day anyway, but it is hard to ignore what other people think. I mean, we can say you shouldn't, but we all do, right? And there are certain expectations that sometimes we feel like we have to live up to. And now that you're staying home, you are free from those expectations, aren't you? This is a great time for you to have fun and experiment. Experiment with new color combinations, play with pattern, play with proportion, play with styles that you have maybe not been trying because you were afraid of being judged or that just someone would disapprove. This is a great time to play with that. Find out what you like without worrying about what anyone else is thinking. And if you have time, play with your style. It's a fun thing to do. And even if you are extra super busy, we talked about in my tips for thriving during the social distancing to have something fun just for yourself. That could be the thing. Carve out 20 minutes 3 times a week to try a new makeup look, to do something with your hair, to play around with some clothes in your closet, pull out a few new combinations and lay them out for the week. It's fun. Make it fun and enjoy it, and let that be something that you can look forward to in the week, something that's just for you, just about you, and you can do it without those voices in your head saying you shouldn't wear that because you're a mom, because you're over 40, because you're too young, because you have kids, because you have grandkids, because you live in this community. You shouldn't wear that. Well, you can forget the shoulds now because nobody's looking. So those are my tips for dressing for your new normal. And I hope they help. And if it helps you to have accountability, come share your outfits in the classic or Capsule Wardrobes for Classic Style Facebook group. It's great accountability and it's great fun, and it's a friendly, kind, supportive environment. And we would love to have you join us. It's a great place to connect, and it's somewhere you can get a break from the chaos going on around you. And we would be thrilled to have you. I will share the link to my Get Ready in 20 Minutes routine so that you can check that out. And then I am going to check the comments and questions now. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them for me, and I will do my best to answer them. Okay, Maddie is here and Marty is here. Someone said, hi April, happy Wednesday. I wish I knew your name, Facebook user, but hi. Happy Wednesday to you too. Kim and Celeste are here. Another person says, hey, that I can't see. Another Facebook user says, teacher, now working from home, super challenging. Oh, I cannot even imagine. Teachers, thank you. I feel like too many people are complaining online about the homeschooling and and too much this and not enough that, and it's not organized. But oh my gosh, teachers are having to stop and rearrange their entire job on a dime for a bunch of little people and parents. And that's a lot of work. And I appreciate you, because without you, I would have to come up with some other curriculum. I can't. I'm so grateful for the teachers who are doing all this work. And I wish more people would just acknowledge how much work has gone into that. And it also makes me appreciate all that you do for my children at school. So thank you, Facebook user teacher. I appreciate you. And I hope more people say so. Another person says, hi, April, doing well, still preparing tax returns. Not many people in the office. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm sorry you're doing tax returns. My parents are accountants, and I started working for them when I was young. I didn't do any tax returns. I'm not a CPA, but I helped with bookkeeping, and that is not my thing. But bless you for it being your thing, because somebody has to do it, right? Marty says, hugs, everyone. Dawn says, I'm teaching 7th graders online, missing my grandbabies, miss visiting my mom. My dad passed away last August. I had to be quarantined somewhat last year due to battling 2 cancers, so I'm grateful to be alive and try my best to dress up, fix my hair, put on makeup and jewelry every day. Well, Dawn, a lot of things. Thank you for being a teacher, and I'm sorry that you're missing your grandbabies and your mom, and I'm really sorry about that you lost your dad and that you've been sick. So I'm really glad that you're taking that time to dress up, fix your hair, put on makeup and jewelry every day. I bet it's having an impact on you. And, you know, it also, I don't know if you're doing any online teaching like this with your students, but they may not consciously recognize it, but the message that you're sending them is, you're worth showing up for. I'm here as my best self because you deserve that. I mean, we show up as our best selves because we deserve that, but it sends a message to those around us that we think that they're worth it too. And I hope that's something that my kids know on some level, that even when, you know, I had 5 kids, 3 and under, 6 under 6, and no one was in school and we stayed home a lot, I still got up and got dressed every day because I was showing up for my job as their mom, and it's important to me. So Elizabeth is here. Hi, Elizabeth. Connie says, hi, April. Thanks for doing these lives. Connie's in San Diego. Well, you're welcome, Connie, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate that you take this time with me. Kay says, I'm not seeing a button. Well, Kay, I can see you, your name. So whatever it is, maybe you clicked at a different time. I'm not 100% sure how all the tech works. Marcy is here. Dee says, lots of love. Thank you. Thank you. Dawn is here from Ohio. Diane said, doesn't see the button, but I can see your name, Diane. Kim says, so true. Another Facebook user says, I'm wearing a peach t-shirt and I feel better. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. A little thing like putting on a t-shirt in a color you love makes your day. Marty says, routines are saving me. Oh, me too, Marty. Like, yeah. We sat down and wrote down our new routine, and now we're just kind of using it and refining it as we go, a little trial and error, but I feel so much better now that we have one. Like, it's not perfect, but I've got structure, and that's what I need. Cecilia says, hi, April, glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too, Cecilia. Kim says, I love your lipstick. Well, thank you. It's the one, I have favorites for every season, and I wear this color a lot in the winter, spring, and summer. It's probably, I think it's the only color I've worn all spring. It's the Lip Sense Kiss for a Cause, and I really like it. Some people hate Kiss for our Lip Sense, but I really like it. Another Facebook user says, I'm frustrated right now with having to shop online. On the other hand, I feel like this is such a frivolous concern given the times. I understand both sides of that. Shopping online is awesome and convenient, but it's also hard. I like to touch and see everything. When I create the wardrobe guides, I order everything because I want to touch it, see it, try it on, check the quality before I recommend it. And I just, yeah, I love to shop in person. I hate to go out and shop in person. And I love the convenience of shopping online. And I hate that I can't touch and feel and see things correctly and try them on. So I get that. And then I also understand that you're feeling frivolous given what's going on. But, you know, a lot of us, it's this balance between being self-absorbed and real. So if you know, like right now, if you're like, I have a cold, but I shouldn't let that bother me because there are other people who are so sick and in the hospital, and this, I shouldn't be bothered by having a cold. But that doesn't diminish how you're feeling. It doesn't diminish that the cold is miserable for you. And while that is, you know, not liking to shop online is a first world problem for sure, if it's something that you're allowed to be annoyed by it, you're allowed. You're also aware of what else is going on in the world, and that's the difference, right? It doesn't mean that nothing can bother you just because you don't have it worse. You're allowed to be annoyed. You don't need me to give you permission for that, but if it helps, there it is. And let's see. Okay, Celeste says, getting up, getting dressed is a must. Before I became a stunner, she's a member of the Stunning Style Society. That's what that means. My husband would ask, are you going to get up and get dressed today? I am. Oh, I clicked something. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I was trying to see if there was more to it, and I guess I popped it on the screen. I'm not the most tech savvy person. Sorry about that. But you can all see it anyway in the comments. Yeah, it is for me too, Celeste. I was raised that way, and I've always been that way. Occasionally, I'll try it a day here or a day there, and I hate it. I feel awful. I feel awful not being dressed. It ruins my day. Another Facebook user says, getting fully dressed is very difficult because I am immovable right now. I do wear my night shirts. I'm really just sorry to hear that. And that is a totally different circumstance, right? That would make it very hard. And if there is anything that you can do, if there's anyone that can help you with that, then, you know, do what you can within your abilities. But we all have to take our own circumstances into account, right? I share my tips and my recommendations and my ideas, and anything that works for you, go for it. And anything that doesn't, you can just ignore. So if any of it works for you, then go for it. And if it doesn't, then you don't have to feel like anybody. I mean, none of us are judging. You have your unique circumstances, but I'm here to support you in whatever it is that you're able and willing to try. Sharon says, have a wonderful boyfriend who told me he was glad he wasn't going through this isolation by himself. I agree. We had some sunny days and it's helped to be able to get outside. That's awesome. We had gorgeous weather yesterday, and my son, we've assigned, now that they don't have after school sports, each of our kids is assigned a day to prepare meals. And then my husband and I have specific days that we are supervising that child. The older kids can do a lot of it themselves, and then we have the two youngers that need all the supervision. But I was helping my son last night, and he said, Mom, let's eat outside. And I was like, eat outside? Oh my gosh, we haven't even washed the table or the chairs yet this spring. Like, the chairs were still in the shed, and it's down the stairs. Like, we have to go down the deck stairs to get there, and I've got this big boot on, but he really wanted to, and so I was like, okay, yeah, guys, if you can clean up the table and get the chairs out of the shed and get them wiped off. And it was beautiful, and it was so nice to sit outside in the fresh air and the sun sinking down, and there was a light breeze, and we always eat dinner together anyway, but there's just something about being outside and eating dinner that just made it even better. So I'm glad you're getting outside. We're having another gorgeous day today. And then tomorrow it's going to get nasty again. So I plan to go outside and enjoy some of the sun. Vivian says hello. So is it Sheena, Shayna, or Shiana? I'm going to say Sheena. If I'm wrong, tell me, because I do want to say your name correctly. She says, I'm not trying to be all or nothing, but it's difficult. I get that. It is difficult. It can be difficult. If you tell us what's difficult, maybe we can help. Carolyn says, getting dressed and presentable makes such a difference, especially now. Carolyn, thank you for sharing that, and I obviously agree. Vivian says, it moved on me. Vivian says, really helps to get up and get ready. I'm now phoning my family to nicely pester them to do the same. Then I ask for pictures. Hopefully they don't start screening their calls. Well, Vivian, that sounds like a loving family member who's encouraging them to do something that'll make a difference in their day. I hope you don't, I hope they don't start screening your calls too, but I'm sure they feel the love behind it. I hope you all feel the love behind it from me, because that's where it's coming from. You don't have to do anything I say, but I'm here to share if it helps you. Crystal says, I love your dress. Well, thank you. This was from the fall wardrobe guide, and I love it. It's my signature color, and it's like wearing a nightgown. It's like just wearing a long t-shirt. It's so comfortable and easy to wear, but I look really dressed up, but I'm not. Another Facebook user says, April, I must thank you for your lessons. For me, I have begun incorporating things in my wardrobe that fit and I love. Well, I love hearing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it really makes my day to hear that from you and to know that these things are impacting you. Leslie says, good morning. Too rainy here for the white pants yet, so my blue jeans work. I love your tips. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, adjust it based on your days. I wore my white jeans yesterday because it fit with my day. Last Saturday, I was doing some stress cleaning. I would not have worn jeans to do stress cleaning. So Jennifer says, hello. Sylvie says, can an army green utility jacket ever be classic? I would say it's sporty classic. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stick to my definitions of anything, but it definitely falls into the sporty classic category, and anything that you love and is part of your core style long term is classic to you, and that's what really matters. So if that's a staple in your wardrobe for years and years and years, then yes, it's classic to you. But I would say it definitely falls into the sporty classic category. Another Facebook user says, thank you. I always look forward to this. Well, thank you for joining me, and I do too. Dawn says, thank you for thanking the teachers. Well, thank you for being a teacher. That's a thankless job in some ways, and I talk to my kids about it all the time. I don't think teachers get near enough of anything. So I appreciate you. I hope that's something. Jennifer says, yes, these teachers have practically reinvented teaching. Yeah, they have. Yeah. If a Facebook user says, if a color isn't officially a good one, would you still wear it if you love it? By good one, do you mean flattering on you? I mean, if you love it, wear it. You get to decide. It's up to you. No one's, there's not a color palette police. I feel best when I wear the colors that I look best in. And I do have a few colors, a few items in my closet that are not exactly in my color palette, but I love the items so much, they just don't bother me. So it's something a choice I make on a case-by-case basis. And if you love it, wear it. That's my rule. That's my only rule. Wear what you love. Angela says, totally off topic, but I love the color of the doors behind you. Well, thank you. Those doors, that was just an open arch when we bought this house. And those doors are antiques. And the bars and the glass were in the bottom half as well, but it looked kind of, I don't know, like a jail cell. So we put beadboard in the bottom. The beadboard faces out there. And they were honey oak, and the hardware was brass. So we painted the doors, painted the hardware, put the beadboard in the bottom, framed in the window, and got that textured glass put in the transom. I love these doors. And if we ever move, I'm taking them with me. I love them. And that's my turquoise is my signature color. And that color turquoise is a color I use in my house. It's all over. So thank you. I love them too. I used a bowl in my kitchen to get a paint match to make that color. So Jennifer says, I was finally able to order a full-length mirror so I can start taking selfies. Jennifer, that's awesome. I'm going to assume that is for the Perfectly Put Together course. That is one of our tasks, is the daily selfie. And you need a mirror for that. So I'm glad you finally got one. Deborah says, I feel guilty ordering non-essentials now. Debbie, why do you feel guilty ordering non-essentials now? There's this balance. We have to find a new normal. Our society, our community, our economy has to continue to move forward, and we have to find ways to do that. And on the one hand, we all need to be safe, and everyone who can stay home should stay home. My daughter is in the high risk category, so we self-isolated before anybody else was. And we're being very careful. On the other hand, we need to support our economy because people are losing jobs. If everything stops, people lose jobs, and we don't want that to happen either. So, if you want to order something, order it if you can, like if it works with your budget and your whole life. That is keeping people employed, is how I'm thinking about it. We're trying to find ways that we can, continue to support the economy, including our local economies, supporting local businesses. Like my local yoga studio is now moved classes online. So I can I can't because of my sprained ankle, right? But as soon as I'm allowed to go back to taking yoga classes, I will start taking their yoga classes online and support my local business so that they can keep feeding their families, right? So it's okay for your life to continue forward, to continue doing the things that you need or want to do in your life. We have to find a new normal. This isn't going to be over next week. Everything has to continue forward. And so if you want to order some stuff online and it works with your personal circumstances, go for it. Mary says, it's so difficult to match shades online. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And that's another reason I order everything for the guides, because certain colors are extra hard. Pinks are really hard to photograph. And anyway, so yeah, no, I get it. But it's just something that I take the chance. If it's something I see and I like and the color looks like it could be right, and I am really interested in it, I will order it to try it out. Mary says, oh no, I just read that. Pat says, hi. Hey, Pat. Sylvie says, sorry, now I know this is such a superficial question, but I'm wearing it today and I'm not sure it's working with my classic with an edge style. Oh, Sylvie, you're talking about the jacket. Well, it's not a superficial question. I mean, that's what we're here to talk about, right? Style, capsule wardrobes, classic style. It's okay to take a break from everything else that's going on. You don't have to live in crisis mode reading negative news. You don't have your life, you have to keep going with your new normal. And this is okay. We're connecting. This is part of your life, and you're allowed to continue to live this part of your life. You're allowed to have these other concerns and questions and thoughts, like it's okay to not be, in fact, it's good not to be 100% wrapped up in the news. You need a break from it. And that's why we're here. Your day can go, your life can continue forward in this new way. So you want to know if it works with your edgy classic style. Sorry, that was a side thing. It does if you like it. A military, it's the green military jacket, right? Well, so I like, is there anything about it that feels edgy to you? How do you feel when you wear it? Do you feel comfortable in it? Do you feel like it's representing you? Do you feel, so I wear some sporty things. I find mostly that my sporty items are of necessity based on my day, my activities, usually related to my kids. Like, am I going on a field trip with them? Or are we going to the park today? Or, is it raining and I need to wear a jacket with a hood because it's raining? I feel best when my sporty type clothes have some edgy details, like an exposed zipper or leather trim or something like that. But if you like it and it feels good, then wear it. It's all about you. Maybe there is a little sporty in there, or maybe that jacket feels edgy to you. And if it does, then wear it. Okay, it's Shauna. Thank you for telling me, Shauna. I have a thing about saying people's names correctly. It's important to me. So thank you for telling me. And Shauna says, when I did the test, I came out equal parts edgy and sporty. Does the new course help us navigate how to add those details? Oh, okay. So you did the classic style twist quiz and you came out equal parts edgy and sporty. So the perfectly put together course does not cover the classic style twists because that is really a course in and of itself, and it's something I'm actually working on. And it was going to come out this spring, but with all of these changes, I don't have time to get it out that fast. It was coming out that fast because so many people were asking for it, and I don't have time to put it together that quickly. So it's likely going to come out in the summer. I just need, with the school and the kids home and all that, I don't have enough time to do it that fast, but it is coming. And it's not something that I could cover in just a module. It would be more confusing than helpful. It would give you more questions than answers. And so I wanted the perfectly put together course to be very thorough in its purpose. And these classic style twist course will be thorough in that purpose. But I do have those two blog posts that are pretty in depth, and they have a lot of ideas and things in there. So if you haven't read those, I encourage you to read both of those. Oh, Debbie says, because I make the delivery folks come out. That's why you feel guilty. No, I understand. But you're not going out and giving them a kiss, are you? That their jobs, the delivery people are, I believe, considered essential right now. And if we stay away, we don't answer, like they knock and leave. We don't go out and make contact with them. And so hopefully they're making very little contact with other people. Their job is allowing everyone as many of us as possible to stay home, you're also keeping them employed, and this is just my opinion. If I'm incorrect about this, someone can say so, but keeping them employed, keeping the economy going, you're doing your part by staying home, staying away from them. And hopefully, and in fact, I think they've been hiring more. So it's giving people who lost jobs a new job. And as long as you're doing your part to make sure that they're not being exposed to you, I would say you're okay. That's my opinion. I haven't done a deep dive into that, but that's my feelings behind it. Kay says, I joined your group at the perfect time, just before the stay-at-home order. Getting dressed and feeling good about myself is helping me stay calm amidst the chaos. Lipstick, makeup, jewelry, and perfume, as silly as it sounds, keep me upbeat. Thank you, April, for motivating me during these trying days. Kay, thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, 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 and yes. It does improve how you feel. And we all need that right now. We all do. It's a thing that we all have control over. Any of us can do. Most of us. I understand, there's a few of you who physically have limitations, but maybe someone can help you if that works for you. But thank you for sharing that. Jennifer says, we can't live in crisis every moment. It's okay and good to get dressed and think about other things. Good for you. Exactly, Jennifer. Exactly. We will all spiral and fall apart so fast if we feel like we have to live in the crisis and in crisis mode all the time. It's not healthy. It's not good. Be educated, be informed, do your part, and create a new normal and move forward with your life. Do what you need to do. A Facebook user says, I have been notified by Bowden and Talbots that all shipping will be very slow, but it's worth it with the sales. I do wish it would get warmer. It would make me feel better. Yeah, so this exactly. The shipping is slower, but these people, we've all gotten the emails from retailers and everything telling us what they're doing to be safe in their businesses, and we can just hope that that's what they're doing and keep our economy moving. Jennifer says, and I know, I wish. Spring is just so fickle, right? We've had a couple of beautiful days, and then a storm is coming tomorrow, and it'll probably snow again. But, it's playing peekaboo with us. I hope it gets warm at your house soon. Jennifer says, I have kids too, but I am cute classic. I found some navy Keds with flowers on them that I really want to get comfy and cute. Well, if it works for your budget, go for it, Jennifer. That sounds really cute. Another Facebook user says, forgot to say hi from Maine. Well, hello, and thank you for joining us. Jennifer says, oh, yay, I'm so excited for a course about style twist. Happy to wait for that. I'm excited that you're excited. I really, you ask for all the time, and I want to get it to you. And that's why I was trying to get it to you sooner, like this month, but I just can't. With school, homeschool, and everything right now, it'll just have to take longer. I'm sorry, but it's coming. It's all like ready to go. I just can't do it as fast as I wanted to. Shauna says, something fun for me to look forward to then, Yippee, thank you. Well, I'm so glad. And having something to look forward to is a big part of dealing with things right now. Having something to look forward to, whether it's 2 days from now or 2 months from now, it makes right now more bearable. Diane says, I am looking forward to sorting out my twists also. Well, I'm so glad. Another Facebook user says, I am a casual classic style. I was in need of a new dress in my size. I ordered a pretty floral midi that I cannot wait to try it on. Maybe I'll show you when I try it on. Well, I hope you do. We would love to see it. And I love to shop vicariously through others. I love to see what other people buy. It's fun. I like to see your finds, so please share it. Pat says, this session is therapeutic for me. Thank you. Pat, thank you for telling me that. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that this improved your day. And I'm so glad that you joined us. And I'm glad you're part of my community. I'm grateful for all of you. I appreciate all of you. It means so much to me that you're part of my community, that you show up for these style snacks, that you comment, that you share, that you participate in my groups. And I appreciate all of you. And I appreciate that I can give you something back. So thank you. Those are all the comments I see. If I missed yours, I apologize. It was not intentional. And I will come back and answer anything that I did miss. If you have other questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, especially if you're watching the replay here. But again, I just want to thank you for being here and being part of my life, and that I appreciate you. Julie says, I'm taking time to experiment with different eye makeup looks, taking photos so I can compare and see what I like best. That's fun. I like it. And I hope you'll share some of them with us, even the fails. We like to say, I mean, it's okay to show that the fails. I've shared my fails before, and we can all, enjoy if you're comfortable with that. I don't have any problem with that. I like to laugh at myself and share it with others. But if that's not something you feel comfortable with, that's okay. But I'd like to see your experiments if you're willing to share. Kathleen says, I'm a teacher working from home. Honestly, I miss my dress your work wardrobe. I do get up and get dressed as I virtually see my students daily. I'm looking forward to summer so I can incorporate my spring capsule with the summer. Well, Kathleen, I understand. I miss my dressier wardrobe too, but I won't be going back to that lifestyle. But thank you for being a teacher, and thank you for showing up for your students as your best self. They may not realize it, but you're sending them a message that they're worth your best you. So thank you. And Wendy just popped in and said, hi, Wendy. We're glad you're here, but we are getting off right now. We've been on for an hour chit-chatting for a lot of it, which is half the fun, right? Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this midweek break. I always enjoy this midweek break with you. And I will see you again next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for another style snack. And again, you can get that, watch that video of how I get ready in 20 minutes and get that free downloadable cheat sheet with my exact routine and all my best tips. One more comment. Katie says, the course helped me decide what I really preferred in clothes, which in turn helped me nail down my style twists for sure. I can't wait for the new content though. Thank you, Katie. And really, these courses do go hand in hand. They really do. You'll get a lot out of both of them. So I appreciate you saying that. All right, ladies, have such a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Wednesday.